Guys, my name is Andrei Kubry, and here is a small development tip from me. Basically, it's a small tool that I created for my own purposes. Its name is Static Pages Bundler. I often work with simple static pages. For example, if I need to prototype something quickly, or for example, if I write a simple landing page for some of the projects, I don't need any frameworks at all. But still, I wanted my code to be compressed and bundled. So for this purpose, it's overkill to have something huge and complicated as a Webpack. I needed something light, fast and simple. Do not spend much time. Do not create a full development. Do not build a full development flow for my project. And this is what I came up with. So in 2 words, I will quickly explain you how to use it. First thing that we have to do, we have to install it. To do so, we just type npm install, then globally static page bundler. Globally means that I will install this library globally for my computer, for my system, to have access from any directory to it. So I will install it now. Okay, installed. Then let's imagine we have some simple static page. Here we have a bunch of CSS files with styles. Those files are connected like this. And I have a bunch of JavaScript files. They are connected like this. Just a classic static page where code is split to separate files to avoid the mess in it. And if you open JavaScript files, is just for demonstration, just a simple console log with different string inside of it to make sure that this is different files. Also, styles have different properties. Also, if some file will be missing, the page will be broken. And also I have one picture that I use as asset just to display image. So let's see first how this page looks like in a browser before bundling, before compressing. So we have text, we have some styles, and we have also a picture. Nothing fancy, just for demonstration. Next thing that we have to do to run the bundler is to create a dist folder. Dist folder is a folder where the final bundle will fall to. You can skip this step, but to allow library create this folder by its own, you will have to run the command that activates the script with sudo. And sudo is not recommended to use with any npm library. Please avoid it if it's possible. So for this, I just created this folder, and all I need to do now is to wrap all my CSS imports into bundler CSS start comment and close it with bundle CSS end comment, and wrap all my JavaScript imports into the same comments, but with JS instead of CSS in the middle. So the last step is to run SPB. If your HTML file named index.html, it will take it automatically. If your HTML file named in a different way, for example, landing, you can HTML. You can specify it here as a second argument of the command. I will run it like just simple SPB. By the way, you can also use the full name of the library like this, but I will just use SPB. So I press enter. Script does its job, and here we have bundle CSS, which is all the CSS code that is connected to this HTML inside of bundle.js. those two comments, and I have bundle.js, which is again compressed and aggregated all the content of those 5 files, and HTML also looks like this. Inside of this HTML you can see that my CSS styles are not my CSS, all those CSS imports are not exist here anymore with those commons also. Instead of this we have just one import which is bundle.css, so this HTML file imports this CSS file, and same happens with the JavaScript. Oops, sorry. Here it is. So, sorry, did it again. So, this script is basically this file, bundle.js. This is it. It's basically aggregation of all those files that are in this folder. So as you can see, console log 1, console log 2, console log 3, 4, 5, and those are those files, console log 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more important thing, as you can see, the content of those files, they was imported in the same order as template imported. So first content was from script 1, second content was from script 2. It's important, especially with the styles, because if you have some class, CSS class here, and you have CSS class with the same name somewhere here, then this class will override properties of this class. So order here is important. That's why I implemented it this way. Let's check the result of this script. Oh, sorry. So as you can see, we're missing one thing. We're missing image. It happens because script doesn't change any assets URLs inside of those files. So to make it work, we have to copy assets folder here to save all the dependencies that those scripts and CSS and HTML rely on. So please keep the structure of the bundle same as your initial structure to not break anything. Probably in the future I will handle this case to copy assets automatically, but for now it's just a simple tool. So let's refresh the page and see if it helped. Yes, so now we have our image on a page, everything works. And just to check was it efficient or not, let's see what's the size of a new bundle. I will leave this folder, this information here, and I will create the same folder for initial bundle. I will not take assets because assets stays the same. And as you can see, the here is the initial size of our code, and here is the size that we got in the end. Difference is not huge because it's not much code, but usually I get twice smaller code weight, and also the important thing here is that we have 4 files instead of 16. So it's also makes sense performance-wise to upload 16 files. Upload 16 files takes much more time than upload 4 files. So this is basically what I wanted to share today. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, you can write me. I will leave URL to the library and to the repo in a description for this video. Feel free to get in touch with me. If you want to participate in the development for this library also, I'll be happy. Let's make this tool better. See you. Have a great time with your code. Bye.